Keep it locked on Hindsight Radio.
It's just my little disclosure. I am not an attorney. This is not legal advice. I'm just sharing information that you can find on the internet, specifically the New York Constitution and the FBI's website regarding your rights. Peace, everybody. I want to do a video on these upcoming possible mandatory vaccines. Everybody's worried about what we're going to do, blah, blah, blah. And usually when I hear people say that, they don't read. They don't read the Constitution. They don't read, what it says. Yes, like in New York, they passed a law where they're not accepting religious exemptions, and other states are trying to follow suit. I think California and things like that. So I'm going to read what the Constitution says and what the laws say to show you that even if they pass a law or legislation in that state to say they're not going to accept religious exemptions, you still are protected. So let's go in, right? So this is the New York Constitution. I'm only going to use one Constitution. The New York State Constitution, right there. There's the website right there. You can, it's DOS. Let me pull this down a little bit so you can see it. There it is. DOS.NewYork.gov info. There's your New York Constitution. All right. So I'm just doing this because people, what am I to do? They're a little afraid. One thing that's a good saying, and it's a true saying, if you don't know your rights, you don't have any rights. If you don't enforce your rights, you don't have any rights. Okay? So right here it says, the free exercise and enjoyment of religious profession and worship without discrimination or preference shall forever be allowed in this state to all humankind. No person shall be rendered incompetent to be a witness on account of his or her opinions on matters of religious belief. So they can't say you're incompetent or say they just going to disregard your religious beliefs because they feel like they can make a law to make you take a vaccine. You cannot be rendered incompetent because if they ignore you, they're saying you're incompetent to make your own decisions for your own body based off your religious beliefs. That's what that statement means. It says no person shall be rendered incompetent to be a witness on account of his or her opinions on matters of religious belief. But it also goes on to say, but the liberty of conscience hereby secured should not be construed to excuse acts of licentiousness or justify practices inconsistent with the peace or safety to the state. So your religious beliefs can't hurt another person. So they can make an argument that, hey, if you don't take these vaccines, you can hurt other people, your religious beliefs in it. So that's a good argument they could come up with, but you still got protections. So they can say, well, no, you can't, your kid can't come to the school, but you can homeschool your child. And I think homeschooling is the best thing to do. We have allowed for 12 years, at least 12 years, sent our children into a system that's not designed to make them successful. It's just designed to make them slaves. It's a factory system. Look up Horace Mann. Look up the history of the United States of America educational system. It's not designed to educate so that you can be prosperous and own your own business. It's designed to make you a slave, basically, or a worker for someone else's corporation. So there you have it. There's the Constitution that says that, right? So what if someone is trying to force you to do something that's against your religious beliefs? The FBI has a website that talks about civil rights violations or statutes. So Title 18 U.S.C. Section 242, deprivation of rights under color of law. So when they create a law that contradicts the Constitution, it's color of law. Because any law that they create that is repugnant to the Constitution is void. But it's only void unless you enforce it. And you're not going to get remedy in those lower courts. You're going to have to go straight to the Supreme Court with these things. Because those are the ones that can only enforce the Constitution. They will enforce what the Constitution says. Now, I've heard the arguments, oh, the Constitution is suspended, we in this and that. No, it's not suspended. These people took an oath to it, and they still taking oaths to it. Why would you take an oath to something that's suspended? That doesn't make sense. The people who say that usually don't know how to enforce their rights. So let's read what this deprivation of rights under color of law. This statute makes it a crime for any person acting under color of law, statute, ordinance, regulation, or custom to willfully deprive or cause to be deprived from any person those rights, privileges, or immunities secured or protected by the Constitution and laws of the U.S. So I want to highlight this. Those rights, because they got rights, privileges. People, you have rights. You don't have privileges. Privileges is for the U.S. citizen, the slave. Okay? You have rights, but unalienable rights that are protected by the Constitution. And the reason why you're not getting remedy because you're not using your rights that are protected by it. You don't have constitutional rights. You have unalienable rights protected by the Constitution. Okay? This law further prohibits a person acting under color of law, statute, ordinance, regulation, or custom to willfully subject or cause to be subjected any person to different punishments, pains, or penalties than those prescribed for punishment of citizens on account of such person being an alien or by reason of his or her color of race. Acts under color of law include acts not only done by federal, state, or local officials. So they saying color of law can be, they're bound by this, right? Within the bounds and limits of their lawful authority, but also acts done without and beyond the bounds of their lawful authority, provided that in order for unlawful acts of any official to be done under color of law, the unlawful acts must be done while such official is purporting or pretending to act in the performance of his or her official duty. So the governor is enacting laws that are against the Constitution. He is he's pretending to act in his official duty. Like, for instance, you got a lot of stay-at-home orders, but constitutionally, if you stick to Constitution, you have a free to leave. You have rights to liberty, freedom, for prosperity. So when they shut your business down, you can't make any money. You understand? So this is why the lady in Texas walked free when she opened up her business. Because, yeah, they can put an order in, but is it constitutionally enforceable? And see, people, we have been trained through school system that obey authority, have respect. But what about when authority is overstepping their authority? And now they're trampling on your rights to make a living. You understand? So just give you an idea, when you're dealing with these governmental officials, read your Constitution. And here are the punishments I'm giving you. Like me personally, I would take this law and put a notice and make a big old banner of this law and put it in my business, right in the front. So when any official try to walk in my business and try to say whatever, those notice. Deprivation of rights under color of law, blah, 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 and then have something with the Constitution up there. That might be a big banner, but I think it's worth it. I think in the times that we're living in, we need to let our rights be known. That you know what your rights are and you know what their limits are. We're in that time now. There's no more playing games and playing around. So, when I get done today, I'm going down and I'm going to create one of these. I don't really have a storefront business. I showed my barbershop a couple of years ago, but I'm going to create one and then give y'all an example of, well, you know what I do? I'll just create a Word document, and when I do the next video, I'll show y'all how to style it. Boom, put a nice little, it don't even have to be a big banner. It could be a 11 by 14, 8.5 by 11, just big print so they can see it right there on your door. Notice. Boom. They're reading it. They know when they walk up to you or into your business, you're not playing games. And they're going to have to tread lightly. Because basically when they shut down your business without a court order, or they do anything without a court order, that's a bill of attainder. You haven't had a right to be heard. Why your business should stay open? Why, who gets to determine who's essential and who's not? In my opinion, everybody who's got a job is essential. Guess what? It's essential to their household. It's essential to pay their bills. That's essential. Whether you're delivering newspapers or you're some high-powered exec, you're not working just for your health. You're working to support and sustain your life so that you can have a stress-free life. When you don't have money to pay your bills, things get stressed. So keep those things in mind. I just wanted to share that with you. My next video will actually show you what you can do and post in your business, or anything, just have it in your car. This is the time we're living in. If they're going to wear a mask and you got to wear a mask, listen, have your rights posted right there in your back of your car, in the side of your window. So when people walking up to you, you're educating them and you're showing them that you know what you're doing. I think the extreme times take extreme measures right now. All right, peace. Now, keep in mind, my show is every Tuesday, 7 p.m. blogtalkradio.com/hindsight2020. My website, akimel.com. Give me a couple of days. I'll have that hopefully by the day, I'll have the second part of this video put up. All right, peace.